What? What? You're smiling, aren't you?
All right, giggles. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Not Ben being the adult in the room.
We'll just start it like normal, I guess.
What?
I think I
Tickle this
Bring
guy.
that energy. Yeah,
Tickle
bring that
Okay, all right, here we go. Okay. Wow. Hello, and welcome to the I Know What I Got cast. I'm here with my two gold doubloons, Ben and David, and Chuck, our beloved producer, pace setter,
hello.
who has already given me a couple tickles to wake me up for the show. Before I start this episode, I would like to thank Zane, who takes the time to actually edit our recordings, and especially for this first episode that we've just had, which was almost as long as his endowment. So
Well done, Zane.
I'm going to start with picking up a bit in our nudes last week about Ferrari and Dodge's EVs as they're working to fine-tune the noises produced by their electric cars, or more accurately, the whole thing about them adding sound.
Oh yeah,
here.
they did that to the BMW i8, and boy, is it dumb.
It's so weird. It's just like
So
when a
dumb.
cat just kind of whispers in your ear.
Yeah.
And you're like, going
What is
at consistent
happening right
2
now?
miles per hour. What's that?
I was like, what is happening right now? That noise, like that comes out of that car, is insane. Like,
Or like I like the Tesla videos that have the Jetson noises.
Oh yeah.
Time.
way to go, Chuck. Way to go, Chuck. Way to be on it. 3:45ish. Let's call it that.
You're supposed to just be on that.
I thought
You can't hold up the show.
I thought out loud. Everyone that's listening at home knows where we're at in the recording right now.
Congratulations, you made it this far. So, as interesting of a concept as that is, they are using it to hopefully get the average car nerd to sign up for EVs in the future and make it feel more normalized.
You know what would be normal? You know what would be real normal?
eh.
Leaving a gas-powered engine in there. That's
Well,
as normal
you know
as you
what?
can get,
I'm
baby.
glad you brought that up because I have thought about this considerably, and you really think about it, you start to wonder why gas engines even sound good to us. It's almost like it's because that's what we've been sold this whole time. Right?
Yes, but there
Why-
are some gas-powered
Big
engines
gas
that
is-
sound
I just
horrendous.
big gas, man. I just don't think this is going to be a problem in the future for the next generation, as they kind of start to associate electric sounds with electric power, as we've associated gasoline and diesel power sounds with
Yeah.
It's
the
like a
respective vehicles, right?
Yeah, but boy, they're so much cooler.
It's like the youth these days won't know about the Motorola Razor, and that's a shame. All they know is iPhones.
Unfortunately,
their iPad
they
kids,
almost
and-
did get to know about the Motorola Razor,
Oh,
which
yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody
remember they almost
asked for
brought the same razor back 20 years later.
Or the indestructibleness of a Nokia.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
I dropped one of those out of a moving car and it stayed on the call.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
My dad's like, "What the hell just happened?" I was like, "You got dropped." The
Literally.
call did not drop. The phone was dropped, and now it's picked up. Great.
So the whole feature seems a little wasteful to me. Yeah, I get it. It's like, if you really need that, then okay. But I have been in electric vehicles. I have driven one now. I think the pickup speaks for itself.
Oh
As
yeah,
quiet
they're a
as
lot
it
of
might
fun.
be, like it's almost haunting in a
Yeah.
mysterious kind of fascinating way, hearing the suspension kind of pick up
Yeah.
with it, right?
Yeah.
Or the tire noise, which
Yeah.
now you can hear, right? I just that's where I'm at with it now, being just a little older and a little wiser and a little less how to say in English. Superficial, I guess. Don't get me wrong. I'm still fond of my four bangers, but
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also happening in the name of EV, Ford Europe, not here, the loser one.
Hold on. They had the, what was it? The starts with an M. The 4-door saloon. The
Mondeo.
Oh, that's a cool car though. I actually like it.
Fusion,
they-
Chuck.
It is, but it
It's
looks. The
Fusion.
face is way better on it.
That's fair.
It's
way better looking.
Plus, they made the like, SVT ones, or like the cool ones.
I know that
Mondeo.
car.
And the Capri. They had
Why
the
can't I
Capri.
remember this car?
The rally one.
Mondeo.
Just like think of any
In the 70s and
Mondeo
80s.
in Australia, and you're just like, that's the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, well,
Like,
until you see a
Australia
Holden
had
Ute
some
pull up next to you, and you're like, oh,
Well,
it's
no.
a Corvette
What
with
was
a
the-
pickup truck bed.
Oh, they did it! They actually did it!
They
Those
took the mullet and
crazy
ran.
Aussies.
You know, like the 80s went
yeah.
to Australia, and the mullet just ran. Everything turned into a mullet.
It's
Okay.
what a time to be alive.
Little
Oh,
heavy
seriously.
on the tangents this time, Raph.
Well, I mean, at least it's
Chuck.
on car.
So Ford Europe has cut 3,800 chops. And there's only like 8,000 people on this island, or whatever the Europe is.
Wait,
So-
cut 3,800 what?
Jobs.
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 Oh, I thought you said shops. I was like, what? What? That many? Okay, doesn't matter. I corrected. Great.
Right.
That's wild.
This is half the European engineering staff for Ford, though, in all reality.
That's a
Yeah.
Now, why could that be happening?
Cough, cough.
My thoughts is because, like in the U.S., they're gonna.
You're already thinking a little too into it. I can tell you that. Go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay. Just so Ford only makes the Mustang in trucks now and electric cars, and that's it.
Yeah?
And I feel like they're going to do that in Europe now, which means they probably need less people.
Well,
That was my thought.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
came to the right
So,
conclusion.
so
in a
it's
different way.
basically like this has been a worry for every single manufacturer, actually, and towns where these factories reside. Electric cars are, in relation to gas and diesel powered auto cycle engines, insanely simple,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Electric motors they've been around for
one of the first couple
200
cars.
years. I don't know, right?
Yeah,
Like
a long time.
like a long time, and
Yeah.
they really haven't changed.
Yeah.
Much like the auto cycle engine, but
yeah.
that's only been around for like 100 years. So there's a lot less math involved. Really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
many less sizes. It's just put big battery, make no capacitor for some reason.
Add front.
No, only
How many
Tesla
motors
does
you
that
want?
now.
Yeah.
Add frunk, give it a name, charge too much.
Or a number.
Rinse,
Forget
repeat.
to put on some doors correctly.
Yeah,
Or
rinse,
even a
repeat.
letter.
Right.
Just a letter.
Just alphanumerical
S.
designation.
X.
So
Y.
the comment from the boss of Ford EV,
What's that, Andrew?
electric vehicles.
Oh, Ford EV. I thought you said Ford EV, and I was like, that doesn't
Yeah,
sound like a
Eddie.
thing.
What?
Like the number.
So these changes are driven by the transition to fully electric powertrains and drastically reduced complexity in our vehicles and operations. Wow, nailed it on the head, fellas. So some drastic changes. But there are some awesome things on the horizon, according to Chuck, for sale in this year's opinion, because I'm reading this incorrectly.
Yes.
First of these editions I wanted to talk about was the 911 Dakar. The high-riding Paris Dakar Rally-inspired coupe model is set for North American delivery in 2023.
Oh,
That car.
so cool.
Right.
If
So
if
cool.
if I had, what is it, 190, 200, and whatever. If I had the
220.
money for this car, I would immediately buy this car. Like no question.
Agreed.
I
Can we all
think-
agree on that one? Do we all agree on that?
Oh,
You,
100%.
Andrew?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay.
But,
So we're all
what
in
I
consensus.
think the funny thing is that none of us have the money,
Well done.
and that is kind of where this 911 is getting its revival from. Our generation has caused a massive spike in, hey, we're
No.
Cut
Porsche
this.
is guaranteeing their secondhand sales because the people that are older than us that can afford it are going to buy it first. They're getting ready to kick the bucket soon or pass it to their grandkid or whatever. And
here-
boom.
here-
drive a
I got
stick
my
anymore.
point. Let me finish my point.
My bad.
My point is that they're saying, hey, we're too poor to do anything, and everything costs money, but I already have this car, whether it's a car or an SUV, and I can drive anywhere I want as long as I can afford the fuel, and I can make that work. And so, especially with a lot of our friends, I know outdoors has kind of become a more mainstream thing,
Yeah,
right? And
for
with
sure.
that, you get overlanding,
Yeah.
and then you get
Then, like-
competitive overlanding, otherwise known as pre-running, and then you get even deeper, and then you get into forerunning. Whoa!
Or
So
then
now
get
you can
into
spend
crazy-
too much money on a forerunner just to get into the aftermarket,
Yep.
and then not be able to afford any of the aftermarket because you spent all your millennial cash on the car itself.
which is like 2 Bitcoins.
So that kind of climbs up the ladder. Some of these millennial folks get wealthy and they want to buy a Dakar-inspired 911 from the factory.
with all their NFT money.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
NFT.
Yeah.
There will be 2,500 of these made.
That's it.
We will probably see them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh for sure.
We're down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
Between here and LA, easily there's going to be
You know,
like
yeah.
at least 5. At least.
There's gonna be a ton of them. There's gonna be a ton.
There's
of them
that
down
Porsche dealership in Carlsbad area. So
Yeah,
They-
there's
they
one-
might
I think there's
get
one in
one.
LA.
Here. There's one on Miramar Road.
Yeah.
Oh, and one in Anaheim too.
Yeah.
They
Sure.
probably it's
Fun-
going to be the flashiest dealerships and is always the highest performing. They
The,
get
oh, the La
dibs.
Jolla. No, the
Yeah.
one in La Jolla by the other supercar stores and stuff. Bet you they'll sell a few of them.
Oh,
through
they're going
that
to sell
area.
those to exotics
Yeah.
dealerships.
Oh, yeah.
They get
dude.
huge profit right
Oh, my
off the
God.
bat.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, yeah.
I wonder how many of those we'll see on Bring a Trailer in like 6 months.
You know,
Also,
I
on
don't
I'd like to see
Curious.
someone
At least
modifying
one.
one.
But that,
I'm-
that's just the way it works, though, huh? I mean,
I-
they'll probably keep it around for a little bit to generate interest in people being at their dealership,
Yeah.
and then once it kind of goes back to normal, they'll sell it for big bucks to I don't know.
wonder if this is gonna turn into something like, you remember what happened with the 911R? 911R
No.
was like,
That's a good point,
It was
though.
like the pre GT3 touring. So it came out in like 2016
Are
or
we talking
so,
about
I
the-
think.
Okay, we're not talking about the same car.
Yeah, so the 911R was like GT3 with. It was the touring. It was no spoiler. It was like the gimmick of it, right?
Oh, so it was the naturally aspirated.
Yeah. It was like
No
a
wing,
GT3
just a
with no
GT3
wing.
without a wing.
Yeah. So those things from like 2000, whatever they came out, 14 or 16, to when the GT3 touring came out, were fetching like 700, 800 grand.
What?
Yeah.
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 Oh, did we find
Yes.
some of these on Bring
These
a Trailer?
things sold. These things sold at like RM and all
They were
those.
like-
old.
You know,
We could find those a long time ago. But yeah, if you look at probably Bring a Trailers, like, you know how they have the market trends or whatever, and you search 911R, it's going to be like to the moon and then like crashing back to Earth in like 8 months.
Oof.
And then everybody that spent 700 grand on a 911R
Is
saw the
never
GT3
gonna ever
Touring
make
come
that back.
out in a year later and probably went out and just shot themselves in the head.
they couldn't afford a gun. They had to strangle themselves to death.
Put that in neutral and let it go down a hill while they're laying down.
Rough.
That's sick.
But so I wonder if this is what's going to happen with the Dakar. Is what I'm saying. Like
What's gonna happen
6
to
months
Dakar?
after this comes
Nobody's
out, it's
gonna
going to be a
drive
$1 million car.
Oh,
When they're out of
no.
2,500. This is
No.
going to be a lot more.
I don't think the Porsche bubble is what Porsche fans want it to be anymore, and I think they're the only ones trying to perpetuate it.
Well,
At this point-
remember they did some weird stuff too recently with like how they sell their used cars or something. I remember going
Oh
around.
yeah,
With the 918, you couldn't get a
USA.
special edition Porsche again if you sold it within 2 years.
No, this is different. This is more recent.
Yeah.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
So Porsche USA basically sends out a memo to every single one of their dealerships, Porsche dealerships, not used dealerships, just their own network, and said, hey, you must take all your ads for our cars off any third-party sites. They will only be listed on your website. And that is it. Thank you. Bye.
Which is an odd memo.
I mean, that's
Interesting.
okay, but you make that public to everybody. Now they're just going to go to Porsche dealership websites to find a used Porsche. It's like not that big of a deal.
But
It's not. It's not only for used Porsches. It's for new ones too.
And that's
Right.
why what
Yeah.
we're saying, as Andrew was saying, is that they're just trying to perpetuate this Porsche sale thing. That's just more of them
Oh,
trying to
yeah, I mean,
maintain
I
that,
responded
that
to
level
this
of
Oh.
control over how
Company
Porsche is.
communications, and it was very much like
Because let's just be
I think
real.
they're trying to chase that kind of Ferrari exclusivity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, let's be real, this is a squished
Is that a
Beetle.
word?
It's squished
Exclusivity.
and wide.
Exclusivity.
You
Yeah.
were close, though.
You were close.
I wasn't going to correct
Me
you.
either.
I didn't
I
even
was
notice it,
just
so
gonna
well
let that
done.
slide. But, yeah, so, I don't know. I'm curious to see if the Dakar is, like, double in value and very quickly.
Yeah.
Andrew, can you
I-
confirm
for like
how
2
fast
seconds.
this, or excuse me, how much this thing is going to be selling for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be. Well, you know, I think it's going to be cheaper than what you two would think. So now, with
Oh yeah,
that
let's
said,
hold
how
on.
much
Let's
do
see
you
what you think.
how much do you think it would be? Something like this. We're talking about 2,500 units. It'll have
Sticker price?
rally
Yeah.
design, you know, package based on, you know, that
Wait,
1984
we're including
car.
the package because I know the package is more, like substantially more.
It
if you
is a
want the
package.
cool
It's
Rothmans
yes.
color.
So, is this an exclusive model, Chuck? Like a new model, not,
Yeah.
or is it just like a body modification?
No,
It's probably
it's
just
a
a body.
model.
No,
No,
so
it's
it's
a
like-
model, but then you can get like the Rothmans livery package, which comes with like different stuff. I've already built them on the Porsche
Praise
website.
wheels.
Yeah.
And, okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So,
like different
okay.
wheels, the you know, painted like Rothmans livery or whatever, and and like that's like a $30,000 package. It's
So
like the
how much we
Wysock
talking?
package for everything else. I think it's gonna be like 220 to 260 somewhere in
I
there.
think
Right on the f***ing nose.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, I would like to have one of these in my living room and turn it into a sofa. You know, like chop it in half, make 2 sofas out of it, and that'd be very cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Only cost you an extra 10 grand.
yeah, I think I'll use horsehide for these.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Next up is the dork horse Mustang.
Dark horse.
What the hell does that mean?
Door cars.
Dork hearse Mustang.
You dead nerd.
You just know someone's gonna make a custom plate. It's gonna be DRKHRSE, just like Andrew said, Dirkers. I can see it now.
So I'm actually going to ask Chuck to bring this up. I'm told that this thing has blue seat belts, which is, I guess, a cool thing now. Just wait till they figure out you can put red back in your interior.
Well, the gimmick is that it's going to be all blue
very
and black
blue interior
with these
theme.
like gunmetal and gray themes.
Hear me out.
Is
It
this?
looks cool.
Oh,
kinda
Look
like
at this
it.
front end. Look, that looks so stock
looks
car
cool.
NASCAR. It
yeah,
looks
yeah, you know,
rad.
it does.
These
Yeah.
sleek- and here's the one thing though, I see them attacking Chevy. Look at these headlights. They look like kind of like the new Camaro lights.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say this looks
And the wheels.
a lot like a Camaro.
And
The
but
wheels,
also
too.
like the Toyota NASCAR stock car front end. This
Yeah.
looks
Pretty
kind of
cool.
a little bit similar in these. The grill is set up and stuff. For those of you at home, definitely look up. Just Google images.
Yeah.
It's the first
There's-
one we're
so
looking
there's
at.
nothing too different as far as the appearance of the new Mustang, like the facelifted,
The trunk. the back end.
whichever platform.
You just squared
Very,
everything off.
very-
Everything looks like a transformer now.
Yeah, it does.
It
but
comes
this
and
one
goes,
looks
doesn't
tasteful
it?
though. Here, like if you want the Transformer vibe.
It looks cool.
1,
but
2,
now
3, 4, the 5th photo
Who
on
just
Google
said
Images.
Camaro? They killed
I
that
did.
whole car for me because it kind of does look like one, and I never really realized that until right now.
Well,
which
this
is
one-
like
this
should
model
be
specific-
obvious, but like
This
yeah,
model
it looks-
specifically, like
You
this new
know-
Dark Horse one, does look similar.
It's funny you say that because I mean I do like maybe not this gen, this facelifted version, but the ones that came out in 2016. You know,
Oh yeah, those look great.
but pre like they did this weird thing. I think maybe just in the US where they drooped the nose as like the first facelift.
Yep.
Very odd. I remember seeing it for the first time up in like Malibu or something. And I'm like, what the?
It's melting.
Why? Yeah. Why is this guy all Eeyored out? And that's when it's like the same thing with what happened to the Bronco. This is why I thought they turned the Bronco into a Jeep Renegade so quick, right? I found myself kind of wanting for a new Mustang, like from 2005.
Yeah.
Like one of those 5.0s, they're starting to, kind of like pretty good when you're done right. Which is weird to say because they never looked good when they were around, and neither did the generation before that. So
absolutely not.
It's funny to see. It's funny to see my own mind turn around on it. But this is pretty much a standard kind of Mustang. It's just a color package, mostly.
It's got
no.
right?
Look through more. There's some other stuff that I didn't leave out, but
5-liter V8.
Yeah, the big question though is how many ponies. So
Performance and track capability. The Mustang Dorkhurst.
So what I'm
Hold
understanding.
on. The thing that this is about though is that it's the first time that it's not a Carroll Shelby package. This is the most high horsepower.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Am I getting ahead of myself?
You are getting ahead of yourself.
Well, then never mind. I'm going to stop talking.
Hold your horse, Chuckster.
My
Sorry.
My dark pony.
I had to do it.
So, let me just read openly here. Coyote V8 engine. Shocker.
Yeah.
500 horsepower. Okay. Now let me. I have to bring it up now.
I just sneezed all over David.
Sorry.
We're talking about $50,000 here for 500 horsepower, which is, reasonable. With 418 pounds of torque.
Of twerk?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Well, let's also remind ourselves that V6 Mustangs go sideways just fine into curbs. So, 500 is a lot of ponies.
These ones
for
also
that pony.
have independent rear suspension, and they still manage to slide it into people.
Constantly, because I think the subframe setup still looks like it's set up for a live axle. It just has independent rear suspension, blasted in instead. That's just my go-to for why these always go sideways wrong.
So you're saying this car is going to be $50,000?
About.
Yeah. I think I also saw like another article said 57.
If you like, you can buy a Supra Mark V for more than that and perform.
Here's my issue with this car.
That.
It's more of a safety issue. Okay.
For yourself or for others?
For everyone.
When did you become concerned with safety? Is that when?
What?
Is that when you bought the Toyota Previa?
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
No. The Toyota Previa is the 5th out of 6th least safe car of 1995.
Decision.
So, my problem with this car is that, let's say you are graduating high school and, mad respect to our armed forces, but, you go to the military. They have signing bonuses, right? 25, 30 grand.
No. This is where you're sadly mistaken.
What is this, the sign and drive sideways?
The military doesn't give you standard issue V8 Mustangs. They give you standard issue Chargers.
That's
not the same.
So you take
$38,000.
You're 18. You get out of high school. You sign up at your local recruiting office, right, to go be Top Gun, and then they give you a big check that you are 18 and don't know what to do with, and you're about to go to boot camp where you will have nothing to do at all, right? Then you're going to get out of boot camp and you're going to go military. What are you going to do with that big check? They cover your housing, they cover your food, they cover all of that. You're going to go out and buy one of these, and you're going to be 6 months into having a driver's license, and this is going to be wrapped around a telephone pole in 4 seconds.
That's all part of Ford's planned valuation scheme.
Yeah, the
Fine.
Ford
That's fine. But that's going to kill Americans. This car will kill Americans.
They're killing themselves. I mean, he's going to go overseas and die anyway. What the hell's the problem?
Well, also, that's why Chevy got rid of the Corvair. We have to kill him at the right rate.
But my tax dollars are going to pay this guy's bonus to go buy this Mustang and not even fight for me?
I hear jealousy.
Okay.
You want to be sideways wrapped around that tree.
Oh, I do not. Especially in that thing. I'd rather be sideways wrapped around a tree in my sweet, sweet Previa.
Well,
car nerd.
Did you know that if you squeeze an egg in your fist, it doesn't pop?
I feel like that's something you read on the internet.
No, it's true.
Benny, if your hand's bigger than your face, you have cancer.
I got
It is
David. I
true.
got David so good with that when he like,
Oh
oh my,
God.
having a brother that's 6 years younger than you and growing up in that, what a time!
So
What a
true.
time!
Sounds like
having
some
your-
Malcolm in the Middle sort of shit.
Oh, I smacked him so hard in his face. Why do you think his nose looks like that?
It had to.
I
Smell
thought it was
something.
because of other
Yeah.
things, but
His name's
I want
not
you to go
Ari.
home. I want you to grab an egg, which are very expensive now. It's about $1.25 an egg. So,
Egg shortage.
but
Yeah.
I promise you, it's not going to be an issue because you will have
Which
an egg
way do you
after
squeeze it? This way?
just like this, right? Just grab it over the sink,
Because this-
because when
you
I
read
was
on the
first told
internet.
this, I was in a class, and she's like, Andrew, if you grab an egg and squeeze it, it won't pop. And I'm like, you're trying to fuck me up. In fourth period, I still got 2 others to go. So I actually went home. I actually went home like 8 years later and then tried this. And I squeezed the egg, and
Damn, you
literally
were in 10th
nothing
grade
happened.
for 8 years.
I just went into a limbo. So you are not going to wrap around a tree. Something about evenly applied pressure, which a tree is not, so you might die. How about the Corvette E-Ray?
Oh,
Great.
also like it.
Yeah, it's.
It looks like a regular Corvette, but it doesn't make
does.
any noise.
Well, here's
Cool.
the thing.
No, it's got
No,
an
no, no.
engine.
Yeah, it's hybrid. Here's the thing
Oh.
about it. It's the our American Ferrari, whatever the hell Ferrari, our Porsche 918. This is kind of a cheap man's hypercar, kind of like that. And that
Our first
hypercar
hybrid supercar,
yeah,
if
and-
you will.
And
That's a
I've been
stretch.
attacking
Absolutely
for a long
wrong.
time.
Well,
Why not?
isn't that's what a 918 is, and like
You have
the
the
918,
918. Yeah.
which theirs are way above.
Yeah, this
You're
is
saying-
this
Oh,
is
hybrid
You have the
sports
McLaren
car.
P1. That
Yeah.
was like the whole like the 3 of them.
yeah. What was
Yeah.
the other one?
That
was it.
The,
No.
It was
That's right.
No, it was the,
Oh, that was it. You got
Porsche,
'em.
the Ferrari,
The
and
McLaren.
McLaren.
Yeah.
That was
That's
the
right,
one.
yeah.
yeah, P1.
P1. That is going to be a MSRP of $104,000.
Yeah, pretty expensive though.
Wow. Are there any new regular cars maybe for this week? Yes, there is. The Renault built Alpine A110R.
Woo! Oh man, this is so hype.
We
Yay,
might
France.
actually get this in the US potentially. This could just be some weird thing to drum up popularity for them in the country and see, just generate interest before they actually decide on whether or not they do it. But I cannot tell you how excited I am for this car. I locked myself away for 8 years sometime after high school, after I found out that these will not be available in the US. But now they might just get there. So they have been in talks with AutoNation, the biggest auto dealer to waste your money on in the US market, to see if they can make something happen that would be lucrative for both companies. Renault is looking to do this after pulling out of Russia
Probably a smart move.
Yeah.
in a landmark deal that is reshaping their partnership with Nissan, which, oh my God, can you please just bring back that 510 concept?
Oh yeah, seriously.
That would be so
Oh,
That would be
sick.
amazing.
yeah,
If
I
Nissan
remember
designed that and then Renault manufactured it for Europe or something, that'd be fire.
The A110 is one of the new pillars in Renault's strategy to make more profits. Let's hope this means we can see some new refreshing French driving around here in the near future.
That would be like the perfect super competitor.
You see a French car here.
This
it's
thing
either
would
from
be
Mexico or-
pretty much going after the Porsche Cayman's wig.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
it,
It's essentially it's a very similar car.
is it not going to be front wheel drive?
No, it's rear. It's rear engine. It's mid-engine, like it's been. That's and the Cayman is also mid-engine.
Why am I thinking it's like every other French thing? It's front wheel drive. I'm just wrong.
They're-
Okay,
you-
never mind. I'm
Because
not,
are you thinking of their sedans
no, I'm thinking
and their
thinking hot hatches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Renault
right.
Clio
I mean,
Cup.
this isn't a
and-
hot
yeah,
hatch.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is-
yeah.
you can't make
What is it?
That
The
would be
Renault
like
Megane?
releasing. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that one's with the V6 one. That's mid-engine though. Oh, let's talk about that. With the big side scoops. You guys know what I'm talking about?
What?
The 626R or whatever.
Yeah,
That's like the newer
that thing
one.
is so
Yeah.
sick.
I know you're-
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
it's been done before in America. It's happened to pretty much every single car in America from the 60s and before. But this car would be rear wheel. If you could imagine a Lancia being brought back as a front wheel drive car, it
Delta.
kind of was, and it was not a front wheel drive car. General blasphemy, etc., etc.
Well, that tangent sounds like it's the end of the news. So I guess it's time for a bit of a jingle.
Chuck, give us a jingle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Chuck, hurry up.
Has your Jeep turned into a heap? Cut the bleep and sell it to Carvio. We will pick it up for free out of your driveway. Carvio.com or call us at 855-951-3335.
I have one more little tidbit of news.
Oh, okay.
Tiny little tidbit of news. Shoichiro Toyota
Oh, okay. Toyota with the D.
died today.
Wait, what?
The original?
No, the son of the original. I'm pretty certain.
The guy that was just stepped down?
No, that was Akio.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right
Akio Toyota. Okay, so Akio is the grandson, I guess, then?
The chief automotive giant who led the company as it expanded. This is from the New York Times. Who led the company as it expanded production into North America in the 1980s, helped transform it into a global brand, died Tuesday.
You know, you
Oh,
keep
that's
reading
sad.
like that, we're gonna get hit for plagiarism.
That was it.
Paraphrasing.
I said who I was reading it
He
from. New York Times.
paraphrase.
Yes.
Protection.
In peace.
Plead the fifth.
But yeah,
Well,
so that was
Speaking
it.
of-
That's the end of the
speaking
news.
like, the founders of these Japanese companies. You ever read about the guy who founded Mitsubishi?
No.
That guy did not give up, man.
He
What a
still
Yeah,
has
I
fighter.
mean, he made TVs,
What
he
a
made
fighter.
trucks, he made cars.
He made the Zero.
No, I mean he just started.
That's
Mitsubishi
true.
is manufactured the Zero, guys. Let's be real for a second. Awesome fucking plane.
Success, great success.
Well,
So-
for a short amount of time.
Today's diecast car of the week is the Volvo Amazon, otherwise known alphanumerically as the 120 series, or I guess in general the 100
P220
series, the
This is a
122, the
P220.
124, and this particular diecast model, Ben, is the 125. It works as simple as it is
it's
the
not.
120 something, and then what?
P220.
It's still the P220 Amazon wagon, Hot Wheels, Fast Wagons collection of the
It's
car
not my fault
culture.
Hot Wheels called it something wrong.
Well, I mean, I'm reading the box. You're reading the internet.
Well, here we go. Leave your comment below in our Spotify, and you tell us what you think it is. Tell us, is it the 220 or the 125?
Well, this one, the name of it on the box
Uh-huh.
is the Volvo P220 Amazon wagon.
So tell me about this. Why did you end up spending $9 on this little miniature version of this car?
I didn't. David did.
I did. I love wagons. I got this one and the 850 in like sweet super chicken yellow. So I like wagons. I like the premium
Wagons.
Hot Wheels. They're pretty sweet.
Yeah, so this is a Hot Wheels premium Hot Wheels car culture fast wagon.
There's a lot of work
Complete
there.
with roll cage.
But it's got the rubber wheels and it's green over tan, or it's brown. Whatever.
It looks
It's sweet
good.
looking.
I mean, the best. That's the
And
best
that's
color
That's.
combo you
I
can
thought it was
have.
just a cool one. Will I open it? Maybe.
They had lap belts, or what you wear on an airplane. So this car was based off the PV444, or the PV544, which I can't even really begin to describe how that looks. It's
That
very
makes two of
obscure,
us.
and by based off, I mean like its general architecture. I've only seen a couple in real life. I can't even begin. Really, it's almost, it looks American in a way, like a 40s car, but it looks too tall. The P1600 was actually built off the Amazon's frame.
Oh,
There it is.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
that's
like the
like
little
a
two-door
pretty
one.
generic looking car.
Yeah, it definitely looks like, kind of reminds me of the
It's got like the front
1948
end of a
Fleet.
truck.
Yeah, Fleet Master. Well, but like the Fleet Masters, the
Like an
Fleetwoods. Pontiacs like World War II
It's got
era.
like a square front that goes into a round hood. If
Yeah, I
that
like
helps
this one. This one's
describe
pretty
it all.
interesting.
Yeah.
There used to be one that would drive around
You can
here
look
a
at
lot.
this thing for hours and just wonder who came up with this. It's got the big bubbies in the front.
Yeah, interesting. Big bubs, and she got a donk.
Yeah, a little bit of a donk.
Little girl.
I mean, it's a little car.
Well, yeah,
It's
compared
not
to-
actually, no.
Well,
It's not really that
in
small.
these photos, it looks like it is.
Yeah, it's
Not that big.
really any smaller than, I guess I never had a problem with. I always generally think I look at photos,
This is a fun one.
and I look at the car and I'm like, oh, that's it's this size, and I see it in real life, and it's shorter than my waist.
Yeah, like
So-
that's. I mean,
These look like they want to lend towards hot rodding kind of a little bit.
They totally could.
Yeah,
Not a big-
easily.
It'd be sweet.
I wish there was a picture of it next to something.
Like a person.
No, like a
Like a
other
billboard?
car that we know what size it is. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
This is so far aside from the point. We all know what the P16 and 1800 are, right?
Yep.
That was actually built off the 122's frame, and then or no, it might be the 120. Yeah, well, I guess they're the same, but
Guinness World.
that was a generally
Blech.
larger, longer car, so it might have been off the wagons, whatever. If they had any difference in suspension.
Guinness Book of World Records highest mileage vehicle for a long time was one of the P1800s.
It still is, isn't it? Or was that switched over to like a Mercedes?
Probably a Mercedes. There's some
Yeah,
there's
the
some
compressor
there's
or
some
something.
there's some cabbie in like Belarus that has a W123 like 240 diesel with like 7 million miles on it or something crazy because
Holy
he's just a
cow.
taxi
So
driver.
when I started my interest in cars in general, you could have a P1800 or 1600 that looked like, this in the ad, just kind of whatever, right? Not like mirror
Little
shiny or
wagons,
something,
though.
but you can have that thing for like $6,000.
Yeah.
Now we're talking like 60, maybe not that
Crazy.
much, but like wow.
That wagon.
And the wagons, it's all about the rear window.
Also
on the
reminds me
wagons,
of
too.
the Jensen Interceptor in this photo.
Yeah.
Oh,
A little
good looking
bit.
car. Yeah,
Yeah.
good looking car.
So back
Long
to the
hood, low
122,
roof line.
please. I'm done talking about the P1800 because we could save it for another episode, maybe 2 years in the future. Just looking at it, you can see how robust the hardware really is. Very stern, attentive base, strong, smooth body lines, and as the Volvo name would suggest, a hugely bulletproof engine. We're talking about the B18, which is the 1.8 liter, and the B20. Figure that out yourself. Engines producing 85 and 95 horsepower, respectively. All of which were planted into the ground under 2,400 pounds, which I'd hate to bring the car up again, but is about the same weight as the 240Z. So, no,
Not a big car.
not a big car.
Right.
But we're not even talking about the same car anymore, you dunce.
I know, but it didn't get whatever.
The Volvo,
You just called him a
even
dunce.
still, the Amazon was still a very standard size car. It competed well in the American market. In fact, it even performed better than
Yeah,
most
they're
American
sick.
cars of its
That's
size.
why.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, just I don't even have to tell you about like how many times you've seen these dressed up in rally gear,
Yeah,
Or-
I
or
mean,
looking
hot rodding.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So Euro
it's got a
stance
ton
out.
of space in there.
you
Look
know,
at that! Look
These
at that!
things
The
are
white wall
amazing.
tires and the
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
original. This also makes me love the square backs. Like this is a bigger than a square back, but like
Oh.
that sort of
Yeah.
European wagon sleek style. It just it looks like a Grand Tour.
high
almost in a
doors,
sense.
low roof line. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
it just looks so good.
You know, I
It's
actually never really
good.
noticed that.
But it's a
Yeah.
really good point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh,
Looks
that's
like
dilapidated.
a
She's sad.
foreign Jeep Wagoneer.
Yeah. Oh God, there we
No
go.
way.
That's such a great shot of the front end. By the way,
Yeah.
we're on Google Images for this P220.
Oh, there's the exact
folks at
Hot
home.
Wheels. That
Oh, there
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Wow, that is so rad. Hot Wheels, that's it. God, look at those concave wheels.
yeah, that's
So-
a good
so
bit of car.
These were essentially the beginning of Volvo's mainstay, cash cow, and modern reputation. This car was succeeded by the 140 series, basically an early 200 series with an admittedly dopey looking front end. And
How
spoiler
dare you.
alert, the 200 series, the 240, the 242, the 244, 245, the Precious, what was once our guilty pleasure, and then everyone started liking it, so it became just a pleasure.
I spent a lot of time in a Volvo 240 growing up. I think it was a 240. My friend's mom had one. It was a stick. It was a pretty cool car.
Oh, those are actually kind of hard to find now.
Yeah.
Hers was silver. I'm having no problem finding the same wagon that this guy keeps trying to sell around here, the blue one.
Yeah.
In Encinitas or something, way out there.
Yeah.
That's the end of my little thing.
Oh, it sounds like it's time for a jingle. Is that what you're trying to...
Yeah, I would love a jingle. David, why don't you come up with one?
Oh, okay. All right. So wait, hold on. Is he coming up with one, or is he
He's going to give you one. He's going to fire it off.
All right, give me a car or something.
Don't think too hard. There's literally thousands.
Dude, I thought about one the other day, and I can't remember it to save my life.
Gun to your head? Gun to your head.
No.
Gun to your head.
I'm going to die, dude.
Say what again?
Just...
Say what again?
Come on, David. You can do it. Name literally any car you've ever known.
Don't know.
All right, I got one, guys. I got one.
Oh my God,
let the pressure off. I saw him getting ready to pack his things and flee.
Scared. I don't know what
have you run out of smiles per miles? Then sell your pile to the car folks with guile. Carvio, we buy them all. Limp mode, sport mode, engine code, it doesn't matter. 855-951-3335.
What car was that about?
Just go to Juxter. At least let me know.
Any car. I mean, we will literally buy any kind of car if we can. We will. That's what we do.
Please don't take the engine out.
Yeah, leave things in it. Leave stuff.
And if it's already out, take it out of the trunk.
Yeah. Seriously, just put it on the motor mounts. It doesn't need to be even connected to a transmission.
Just put it back on the motor mounts.
Just mount the mounts.
We're not picky.
Yeah, not picky at all.
Well, just throw it on there.
Debatable,
or else we have to give you less money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Yeah, that's up to you. You're an adult. You can
weigh your options. Make a pros and cons list of putting this engine back in this.
Yeah, put 4 hours every day for a week into the pros and cons of selling your car here versus selling it to someone else who's looking for a car with an engine. Why don't we head into the next bit? What do I got?
Here we go.
What is this? This is the Classifieds Car of the Week, where we try to find a classified for the car that we're talking about. And we try to sell it to each other and see who wins.
P220.
Okay, so let's
Amazon wagon.
I don't know who's gonna be first. Who's gonna be first?
Just pick one. Whoever. That's
no. Okay, whose is this?
Wait, go down. This is mine. This is a 1967 Volvo P220 Amazon wagon for sale. Ooh,
for how much?
A place I can't
Poland.
Figure out how to say. It will cost you 15,483 Great British pounds sterling.
You're supposed to try to win, right?
Yeah, I'm winning.
Expensive.
I'm winning right now. This car has 322,000 kilometers, but
so that's
it doesn't
100,000 miles. That's pretty good.
Is it though?
Is
it a little more?
It's 2.5 to 1.
I'll pull out my calculator. Yeah. Yep, it's 100,000 miles.
Okay, so not that bad. It's from the Canada. 60s. That's okay. Sure. So this car. Oh yeah, you're
Well, hold on. How many previous owners? It's
4 previous owners.
That could be rough.
Think of all the parts in those chairs.
50, 60 years.
Horrendous.
The 2 first owners are probably dead.
Yeah, well, the war.
That was very nice of you to say.
That was rough.
I hope they're not dead, but they probably are.
You're not doing it. I'm a customer
at your
Volvo store.
It's beautiful. It's a manual. It's got 4 gears. It's got drum rear brakes, disc front brakes. It runs on petrol. It is an 1800cc car. Go up to the pictures for me, Chuck, if you wouldn't mind.
Thanks, Ben. I read that on the window sticker.
What window sticker? You can't read whatever this is.
I'm at your Volvo store.
So
Oh, hey,
It's blue over like a
Orange.
reddy kind
like a
of
saddle
orangey,
kinda-
Sunbursty
like,
saddle, yeah.
bricky
Look, that's
almost
your-
It's
color.
actually,
That's pretty
it's like a
sweet.
caramel color.
Very
too.
nice, very nice car. Yes,
Yeah.
a burnt caramel almost, if you will.
Yeah.
Not like super burnt, but like you know. You
Or about like
good
me when I
outside.
like hold
Look
my
at this
breath too
shot.
long and I put all the blood to my face.
Yep, that's the one.
Honestly, to credit, so like where points are due, right? Like the photos on this dealership has made some
Incredible. It's
excellent
under
photos.
trees
very
with a lot
like,
of
feeling
leaves on the ground.
period-esque as well. Look at this. Ooh, this is artsy. A little bit
Yeah,
of tree
very
branch in
fall.
the way.
Headlights are on.
Well, one. Oh no, there it is. Okay.
Oh,
It's on.
yeah.
You
Oh,
look.
There they are. There they
So
are.
they get points for showmanship.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
All the points. Showmanship. This is on Classic Trader. You can find it. There's like 7 of them, so like it won't be hard. It's the one with 322,000
Looks like a
kilometers.
fun website if you don't live in the United
Yeah,
States.
and this is like a fully importable car to the U.S. with no effort from you really at all, except for finding a ship. As far as like smog and emissions and all that stuff goes, nobody cares. It's
I hope
too
you
old.
like plate glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they put seatbelts in these things so you don't go through the
Yeah.
plate glass.
That steering wheel is super rad.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
like real like 50s
Oh,
Chevrolet
oh,
kind
wait.
of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
steering wheel.
Oh, hold on.
Look at that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Look,
Yeah,
and then
it's-
That kind of looked like the steering wheel that I use in Rocky.
Yeah,
yeah. It's also a horizontal speedo. Awesome.
yeah. It slides across the dash like an old Chevy Caprice.
I love that.
So yeah, I
All
think
right.
I'm winning.
Okay, so all right, cool.
I guess
cool.
by the rules of.
Oh, here we go.
Hey, this is mine. Okay, so instead of spending $20,000 USD on that baby, and then having to spend another $6,000 importing it so you can drive it, why don't you pick this old thing up? Chuck, where is it? I actually didn't read where it was.
That's a good question. Let me see.
I know you guys saw this one when looking for him too.
This is eBay,
Yeah.
which is
It
fine.
does not show.
They don't
I
know
see
where it is. So it's on eBay. That's where it lives.
Uh-huh.
Don't know.
Shipping,
I don't think I saw
returns?
this one.
It doesn't matter where it is, I guess. Really, it's here. It's on this island.
Good.
You call
That's
them
good.
islands.
Well said.
So let's take a look. Let's click on the photos, the first one, and then kind of cycle through them.
Ooh.
And keep in
Okay,
mind,
so-
fellas, $1,525, and
Yeah,
it's yours.
1525,
Now, I
1525.
took a look. There is rust on the chrome,
But they're
but
honest-
it's not
they're
on the
honest.
body.
Yeah,
There
the
are
body
other
does look
spots. Yeah,
good. The gap. looks
everything's
good.
there.
Oh, there's a little bit of gap right here. But it's
It
$1,500.
can be tightened up. Next.
On to the next. Wheels look good.
I'm
Pretty
kinda liking
standard.
it.
You
I'm
know.
digging this.
Paint's not great. It's patinaed.
Yeah,
As
here's the
we
thing.
say
Like,
here.
this is a daily driver. You
I
would not
see
be
the
upset
potential.
driving this. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the
seats
seats
are
are
torn.
worn. I mean, but
It's
reupholstery is
worn well.
cheap in general. You know, especially when it's like this. These
Yeah,
are
honestly, these aren't even that
practically
bad. You could get a couple
cuts.
like more.
Yeah,
a year or two out
yeah.
of
I could live with these.
Yeah.
I already do. The
Door
door
panels
cars
are
are
good.
there, which
Yeah.
is like a big plus for me. Huge. I just don't actually use the stretchy part that holds stuff because it'll just
Rip away.
Right.
A little bit
Okay,
of
okay.
there's
yeah.
some rust.
Yeah,
A
there's
little rust, some bow and paint.
yeah,
Yeah,
but no more rust than your
spots.
Mercedes 240D.
It's in the right spots. It's around
Ben.
the hole. it's
Yeah, but
around
I mean-
It is a wagon.
It is.
Plenty of space to do stuff in. The
I had an
dashboard is in good shape.
and it had an updated JVC
Plus-
from looks like the late 70s, early 80s, maybe even mid 80s.
Oh no, I would call that 90s.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The knobs are 90s. That looks like a GMC knob.
I'm not here to discuss the architecture of
Knobs.
radios.
All right, that's my
God,
favorite.
I love
Next.
how high the door handles are. Like they don't come out of the door; they're just like under
Next.
the window.
So
Yeah,
he's,
so,
he's,
you know,
he's
this
taking
is
photos
a-
of like every angle and every imperfection is here, so you can really kind of like know what you're getting into, right?
Oh, thin or not lost.
Now-
hang out. There we go.
If you couldn't guess,
There we go.
I don't think it starts. Right?
Yeah.
That's fair.
But as you can
Battery
see,
leads look good.
everything is there.
It's got an
It just means
overdrice transmission.
it just means that it hasn't started in a long time, and it may just need a tune-up or whatever. You
Ooh, the roof rack.
take
looks great.
the hey, he's got a roof rack.
Looks
You
great.
take the cam cover. Is it overhead? I don't know. I didn't read on that.
Should be. It's a
I
pretty
think that
tall
looks
valve
like
cover.
overhead valve.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Yeah.
tall valve cover.
You just take that off, put some oil on there. You're good to go.
Yeah, yeah.
clean up the carbs, whatever you need to do. If you want it, or because you still have, let's see, how much money did Ben's cost? $26,000, and you've only blown through $1,500 of that. You can spend another $8,000
Show
in
your work.
LS swapping it.
Yes.
Right.
Let me see you. Let's go.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Okay, so next up.
I went with the high option. Obviously, when you see
There
the
it
price.
is.
Oh,
There it is.
There it is.
There
yeah,
it
I went
is.
with like, if you got money and you're really after a real cool classic wagon, you should probably drop 29,000 Great British pounds sterling on this 1966 actual Amazon wagon, unlike yours, which apparently isn't.
You two are the worst with money.
Yeah,
Appalled.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
That's fair. No, but I'm saying, first of all, this was close to Benny's. Looks way better. It's got cool little red center
Looks
caps.
way better is strong.
It costs way better too.
I don't know. It's got the sick fog lights. I'm kind of with David on this one.
By
This looks better.
5 Great
Yeah, but you can
British
buy
pounds
fog lights for
sterling.
less than 14,000
No,
Great
not 5.
British
His costs
pounds
16.
sterling.
Also,
Well, what's the miles on it?
You
The
are a
kilometers?
whole 15,000
11,000
kilometers.
kilometers. There's nothing on on this miles wise.
Yeah, you can spend
No,
half
that's how
of
much it reads. Okay.
I understand that's how much it reads, but yeah, if you want to go to France, you should.
It's an automatic
this thing.
loser.
No, I'd
Wait.
want this to be automatic too.
Yeah.
I'm
What?
gonna be honest.
Excuse me.
I would
yours
love
was
a
manual?
stick wagon.
Oh, it was.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
was.
Yours was.
I know.
I've paid my dues. That's all I got to say.
I think this one is the sweetest because it's the most
Of course, it's
restored
the
looking.
sweetest.
Right. No, I get.
It's
what
also
point you're
double
trying-
what Benny's paying for
It's
his.
not double. It's like
And,
5
like,
It
grand
is to
more.
import.
It is
30
with the import,
times.
Yeah.
It is 2,000% more than what I'm spending on mine. Is that right? 2,000.
No.
Yeah, right. Because 200% would be
Is the interior brown?
$6,000.
This is
God,
your pick.
how much
You
was
should cut it
yours?
out.
Wow, that's why I'm here.
15 something.
Oh yeah. Okay, mine is the real high end, I guess. But yeah,
Ooh, the
there's-
interior is
interior's pretty
funky.
cool.
Yep. Interior is like brown and lighter
Two-tone,
brown.
Like Alcantara. Not
They just
What?
took the interior out of a King Ranch.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Threw it
actually
in
really
here.
funny.
But yeah, no, I went with the high end. I think this one, is the one. If you got the money and you're looking for one, get this one, or spend 18 of your years restoring the one that Andrew got.
You don't have to restore it. It just needs to go.
Okay.
It just needs to get to Mexico.
No.
Where are you
but
gonna find parts? Quicksilver. That's cool. You win for that, David. The shift knob. That's
yeah.
rad.
Here's the
That
other thing
is
too, though. Is like
sweet.
with Andrews, you gotta put an LS in it and get her sideways wherever you want at any time you want and not care.
Yeah.
That is a car you're gonna drive and be like, I had an Amazon Volvo that was.
You see, fellas,
So is
Not the
mine.
one that you're terrified to
You
drive
live-
because some idiot from Arizona is gonna crash into you on the coast highway.
You're a kind of rich guy, and you live in like a not really that inhabited part of, gosh, I don't know, some part of the
France?
West Coast. No, I was
Like,
thinking like.
Yeah, I would.
You-
If
you
I
just drive that
if I
thing
lived in
around
the south
town.
of France and I bought this car, I'd be terrified too. Another tourist town, like I don't know, this kind of car that's mint and is stock. I just have such trepidation. I'm the
In
kind of guy
space.
that's like wants to just. I want give
Space?
me the shit.
It's not about what you do.
You know,
Yeah.
I can motor swap and it looks like the real deal, but it is infinitely safer to my.
yeah,
heart.
make that thing honk.
Yeah, honkers.
Honk. Honk.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think I don't know.
I think that means I have one on my
I'm
side.
gonna say
here.
so for photos it goes to Benny for the absolute like.
Really?
That's an aftermarket shifter though. A B&M shifter.
Here's the
That
thing:
is
the
not
the
a
win
These
for
are all very
the
close up, man.
best model, like, or I should say, best
example.
example.
Hey, we're not
goes
splitting
to-
into categories here. We're just which one would you soonest pay money to have?
I guess
Mine.
probably.
Still mine.
I weirdly think maybe Andrews because you could
I'm with
fix it
Andrew
up,
on
or
this
you could
as
just
well.
like not.
I swear
Probably
you could
goes to
have
him.
that for how much you spend on your example here.
Ooh, his
You
example
can
here.
you can have something that
That
looks
looks-
just like that if you buy mine and spend like
almost
10
that.
grand on it,
Yeah.
right?
Here's
If
the
you
thing-
really wanted that, you know.
Right? That's what I'm saying. If you
His-
really wanted one of these now,
David's
Buy
best
that.
his best example though.
Yeah, it won't be
Whoever
none
owned this before
both,
has an
but-
Optima battery in it, and I know like for those car nerds out there, like Optima's a bit of a scam. But if you have the kind of money to just drop an Optima and not care, That's someone that sits there and fiddles with their car. They're like
Look at the pinning
they're James May
on the
about this
exhaust
very
manifold. That is
very
that's some
very
serious
very
gauge
anal.
cast iron.
Here we go. Let's see. This is the rust test right here. The mounting holes looking in this ring. Yeah, this is an 11,000 mile car. I don't care if it says showing. I'm going to believe it. Or excuse me, 11,000 kilometers. So what is that?
No, you
Andrew?
can fix that.
It's like 6.
Guy probably dropped
yeah.
like an ungodly amount of cash.
But okay, so overall win, Andrew.
That's
I
what
think
it is.
you got multiple votes.
I agree.
For multiple votes for purchase for your dollar bill, your hard-earned dollar bill in the United States. That's the one.
And
Plus
it
it's
is
local,
hard-earned.
comparatively.
And you probably want to
That's
have a little
true.
fun and build it yourself.
Yeah. So all right, I think Andrew, you win.
Good job, Andrew.
Well
All
done.
right, that's how many I got?
I think it's 2-1. So you have 2 and David has 1.
David has 2.
So
It
it's
is
2-2.
Wait a minute.
No, wait.
No, because he got.
I didn't win the
You got 2 in the
CRX.
pilot. You
We're
didn't
not
get anything in
counting
the
the pilot.
CRX.
I won
2
the
for
pop-
2.
Yeah, you won the pilot and you won the CRX.
2
And
for
so
2
it's
for
2-1. Yeah.
classified.
Yeah.
Okay. As it should be.
And I'm still
All
Unboard.
right, so we're
goose eggs, baby. Let's go.
All right, so we're on to our next bit, Andrew.
We'll talk about goose eggs. So this is everybody's.
They're probably really expensive. Sorry, keep going. Goose eggs.
Can you let the goose eggs go?
Yeah.
Or like please stop squeezing them. They're not going to break.
Do you eat goose eggs in Canada for breakfast?
No.
Are they that sacred of a bird?
It's not that they're sacred. We just can't get close enough to them.
Yeah, those things are terrifying.
They're mean.
So
pterodactyls.
we're going on to our favorite site to spend way too much money on some of these cars. Schmingamailer. Who do we start with this week? Let's start with me. Let's start with me. I don't even remember what I picked. Oh right,
Okay.
here we go.
This is
So you are a man with some money looking for a collector car. You go on to Bring a Trailer, and the very first thing you look up is 2006 Toyota 4Runner Limiteds, please. And you hit enter, and you see
Yikes.
this guy. Go ahead, buy it for $23,500. It only has one owner. What is it, like 40,000 miles? Scroll down. 40,000 miles. Cool. You went on to Bring a Trailer for that?
I don't get. Yeah, I'm not sure. I get the appeal. I think I might. This is how I felt about the FJ I picked last week, but that was way more, and at least the color was cool. This is just a silver one
It's
with
just a silver 4Runner.
Yeah, it's.
Owned by
another
old
one. You
people.
can-
You can find
Wow.
these anywhere.
You can
Yeah.
you can get one of these with 136,000 miles for like $6,000.
You have a
And-
gambling problem if you're coming here for this.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you.
You
You
just have-
You love an
are
auction.
really
Yeah, seriously.
You love an auction.
You go to
love
like
it for
you go
that.
to like those weird websites where they sell stuff like for what's that weird?
Wow. Fog lights. Wow.
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 I don't
Illuminated running
Yeah,
boards.
it's got options.
Wow.
Okay.
Is it 4-wheel or 2-wheel
And
drive?
it's got
But
little
it is-
scratches.
It is
It's got a
still
big old scratch on the bumper.
It is still a 2006, and if any of you, if you even have a car, and it is made before 2010, you will know just how different a 2006 car interior is from something after 2012.
Yeah.
2010 even.
Power center to the rear
interiors
wheels
made
is just
such a
two-wheel
vast
drive.
improvement, a renaissance. And you
This
spent
is
23.
two-wheel
So I was a little
drive.
irked. It just didn't make any sense to me. It's not a blasphemous amount of cash or anything.
Yeah,
But it's
Good pick.
it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I think I ought to go last.
here's the thing. There's that dealership on Miramar that just sells these. They like get these and Land Cruisers, lift them up on the suspension, put some big wheels on them and
Sell 'em
tires
for 25
Sell 'em
Not
for
on
20
this.
grand.
With
That's
a
true.
hundred.
Yeah. Why would you do? People don't do that on this. This is what your mom drives.
Right.
Sweet shot of the dirty spare tire.
I know. They couldn't even be asked to put oil on the tire when they after they slathered the engine bay with it.
Any comments? Let's see. I bought this
Fire pays
4Runners
5%
4-wheel drive
tire
twin
pay.
7 years ago from a BMW dealership in a fresh trade. Paid
Great.
16 and still driving it today. Great
Good
all around
for
vehicle.
you. You
For you-
kept
yeah,
the
you
car
did
running
it
for 7
correctly.
years.
Did you ever take home the Forerunner? Okay, who cares?
God, this is literally like
This
Okay,
guy,
his friends or
these guys
something.
are asking him about other Forerunners.
Hey, how's your wife Trish doing? By the way, yeah, she's doing all right. You know, it's hitting her hard, but she's a shooter.
This guy, like, who cares? V8 would have brought, like, what if?
30K.
Could have had a V8. That's a good one. That's
Oh.
funny.
Congrats, I guess. Lol.
No one willing to outbid a quiet bidder with barely any BAT history.
I can't imagine.
Oh, here.
Now
Melissa's-
they're-
Some
they're
guy fat fingered his bid
They're
on a
calling
first gen a couple
collusion.
months back. Last I heard, the seller said the buyer would follow through, which was surprising.
Interesting.
enthralling.
This is wild.
It's not even four wheel.
No,
This is
no.
BAT.
Two-wheel drive, it's two-wheel
There
drive.
is
Yeah,
no
yeah.
sanity.
This is insanity. Yeah, thank you. This is 172 driver 929. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my
thumbs
God.
up for sure. 47 thumbs up. Agreed. What is this
And
insanity?
then the response: "This is BAT. There is no sanity."
Hilarious.
yeah,
Murphy
Rafita with 328 likes. Yeah, that's true.
You have
Flagged
like,
is non-constructive as well.
you have a modestly loaded, two-wheel drive, V6, 06, Forerunner,
Yep.
$23,500. There you go.
Definitely spent too much. Okay, let's look
I like
at the
it.
next contender. Okay,
All right.
David.
Now, I think I'm going to lose here because I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, why would you pick this? This makes sense. It's a reasonable price. So somebody spent, I don't know what the modifications seemed pretty tame. Wasn't anything crazy. Except there's one
is that
thing
just
in
like
here
an
that's
oil cooler
definitely
and a
not.
little fin in the middle of the wheel?
Yeah, like look at all the stuff that I don't know, suspension, that
It's got a
oil filler
6-point
thing.
roll cage.
I mean, it looks.
Oh, wait,
it
What
looks,
is this car, David?
So it is a 2005 STI in typical blue with gold wheels. It looks
Modified,
good.
no reserve.
It's got very minimal miles, and it's
Okay,
modified,
yeah,
and it has
you
a
know,
big old tank
it's
of nitrous in
I-
there.
It's a Garrett GT30R turbo, so it's a good. Whoever
I
did this did
understand.
spend good
They
money.
did. They spent.
They put a nice
I
roll
understand.
cage in
Woo!
it. It's got nitrous.
Nitrous.
It's got
Let's
nitrous,
go.
I saw that. I was like, ooh, that's cool.
It's only got 10,000
Oh, that's a
miles
sweet
on it.
engine bay pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Way
guess
to
there's
blow
really.
the piston straight through the wheel wells with that nitrous. Oh my goodness
not?
gracious!
No,
How
this is
big
the
of a
blob
shot
eye,
is it?
correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blob eye, that's
so it's
the
got,
term,
It's
yeah.
got an oil cooler. It's got a little thing to keep the center of the rear spoiler supported, and it has
Cusco.
aftermarket wheels.
Front strut.
They're not like
No,
gold, but
They're not aftermarket
They're-
wheels, are they? I thought
Yeah.
they're the stock.
no.
Those
Look
is-
at the oh god, what are they called? Lugs, not the
You
lugs.
can
The
get
lug
lug
nuts.
nuts.
Those look like the stock ones.
Those are the
No,
stock
they're
wheels.
not.
Are they?
The
They
wheels
are.
or the stock
Stop
wheels?
scrolling. No, those are not.
I
There's
don't
no
think they are
way.
either. Those look like.
What?
Well, maybe they are because those look like the OZ replicas.
Just Google it. That.
They just
not-
have
that's-
different
I'm not
lug
doing that.
nuts.
You can't
Moving
do
along,
that.
moving
It
along.
really doesn't matter.
This is.
But-
This is
How much did they pay for
$42,000.
this?
We haven't said for the
40.
folks at home. $42K.
$2,000. The original MSRP for this vehicle. Now, granted, he put a lot of stuff into it, but $33,000 was on the sticker.
I would say this is
Drove it a whole 10,000 miles in 20.
I don't
almost
know
20
if
years,
this is
17
maybe
years.
such an. Oh, I'm starting to think maybe this
This
isn't
is a
such
fair
an
price,
L
I
for the,
think.
for the buyer as much as it is the seller.
no. Think about who the buyer is, right? So the buyer doesn't have time. They don't like projects, right? They like driving,
Right.
right? So they're going to spend this 42 grand on this thing. It's already set up. They don't
Yeah.
have to do anything. You already got the nitrous bottle. Is it hooked up? Who
And a
cares?
cob.
Right.
It's got a roll cage. It's safe.
It's plug
you
and
can do
play.
stuff. You can do stuff,
That's-
right?
yep.
Ready to go.
I think I picked wrong this
Well,
time.
and the thing.
42
you're-
grand.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have fun in it, maybe for another 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
And then he's just going to be like, okay, I'm going to get something else now and
It's
sell
a
it for
trendy car.
$32,000.
It's a trendy
Right.
car.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, David,
It's
you
an
lost.
experience.
Sorry,
I
bud.
lost. I just
Okay.
couldn't fathom one of these being like 42
No,
grand
on to
that
me.
old. But
I like at the same time I agree. Like the thing is like the practical. Like we're used to seeing all the beat up Subarus driving around.
yeah.
So like when you see something like this sell for 42K, like it's like what? But it's how many miles again?
They're all modified, but this one seems tastefully done.
This one
is
apparently
very
was
well done.
also said to be used as a development vehicle for Super Repair in Boulder, Colorado. I'm assuming it's Super Repair, and Bring a
No,
trailer
I
just
think they're
didn't type
missing
it
a run
in?
there.
Subaru, yeah.
Subaru pair.
Yeah.
You
Funny.
think?
Yeah, it's a joke, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Super repair.
You know,
Or they're-
you know
Great.
how they are.
Well, then that went right over my head again. And yeah, so it's a blue on blue modified Subaru, which all rhymed. That was fun. And it's
go.
got
Here's-
some stuff.
Here's the whole
Goretti
list.
exhaust, Perrin Performance headers, aftermarket downpipe. Don't know
Oil
who
catch
bought.
can from Cusco.
Aluminum radiator.
APS air intake. APS blow off valve.
Yeah, there's like good mods to
stuff.
this.
Oh, fuel injectors too. I mean, it's got the whole. It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know,
It's all right.
they weren't
It's-
messing
That's a
around.
cool car.
modestly tuned.
It's like not horribly
Modestly
overpriced
tuned.
either.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
a good way to
would. I
describe
mean,
it.
like, you want to
And
make this like
everything's
a fun
clean.
daily.
It is seriously clean. I cannot.
Yeah.
I
You know
cannot
what?
stop
Whoever
thinking
bought
about
this
that.
is going to really enjoy this car. And
Yeah.
you know, this is the
Yeah.
exact same model, and like the modifications are different. But this is the same model that was recently featured in the Grand Tour Scandi Flick.
I will go as far as to say this, David, and I'm sorry because you definitely lost.
Oh, I for sure
Yeah.
lost.
If I were more into Subarus and I had the money, I would definitely buy this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely
cool
buy
If
car.
I
it.
just had the money, I'd buy it. But I'm kind of
Sure.
a slut for cars in general.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
be a
wait.
pretty big Subaru guy. I don't know. That'd be a.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
All
kind of
right.
tempted.
Well, let's move along. Where is it?
What?
There we go.
What?
Here we
Danny
go.
boy.
So what I picked is not a car.
Okay.
So I picked also a car, but this just blew my mind, and I could not pick this for this part.
Oh my.
Okay, so this is at no reserve Ford GT order kit. So this is the kit they send you in the mail when you order a Ford GT. The new ones, not the old ones from the 60s. So this has like the paint, little
Swatches.
swatches of the interior colors you can get, little wheels.
It's
You
actually
can
pretty
like
neat.
kind of build
It is
your own
cool.
thing. But not for $8,100, neat.
No, maybe not.
Yeah.
$8,100, 8,100 American dollars.
Imagine spending $8,100 on a little model kit you literally cannot even build.
No. This is literally like color little
Yeah.
frogs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, swatches with the
Yeah.
interior. You can
You
put
got,
your
like, these
seats
plastic
together.
Wow.
Pick
Ford
the colors
GT
you want.
shaped plates.
Now let's talk
With the
buyers
wheels
here.
and-
Okay, the person who bought this is like, where's it going
Dwayne
to?
The Rock Johnson?
Did you dive into his profile?
It's just going to go on a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Like, either he bought the car and threw away his, or he's just a fanboy of the car and wanted the box and doesn't have the car, which would be even weirder.
Oh my
So,
god. Yeah.
like,
That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at his profile, see if he bought the car.
The comments on this are unbelievable as well. Like, it's just
Proof once again that everyone likes a nice box.
Flag is not constructive.
not bad.
I have a couple of these.
This option kit cost more than my first car.
And before you think it was a rusted out jalopy, you should know it was a 1970 Buick Electra 225 limited right off the showroom floor.
It's
Wow.
not saying a lot, but
That's.
I got a
get
house
the
with
points.
nothing in it
So
except
that
a wrench,
was,
a hammer.
There weren't that
a
many
box with
cars that
something
cost
in it.
over $10,000 at all.
Yeah, that's a-
or even
yeah,
$8,000 back
1970.
then.
$4,500, $5,000 Buick. What do you
But
do?
like,
Name that tune. I got a house with nothing in it except a wrench, a hammer, and a box with something in it.
You own a great piece of history. Buddy, I don't think you've ever been to a history class.
No.
sold to Midnight SSC.
Wait, what does that mean? SSC,
Most are
what
sitting
is
in
that?
offices like.
it could be
Special soup corps? You gonna be in the soup line?
I mean, I bet someone at Ford now is looking through the storage boxes for leftover kits.
That's really
Like,
good.
this is insane. Why would somebody spend that much money on a box? Like, it's going to sit on. What are you going to do? Bring it out when your friends come over? Be like, look at this kit. You could put the
Oh
colors
my
together.
God.
Like,
You probably have the rest of the collection.
of what?
Ford GT40 things, maybe?
But, like, I mean.
I mean, like,
yeah.
people spend like $60,000 on big ass tables. With what are they called, man? You got the little trigger and the car goes around.
Scale electric.
Slot cars.
Slot
Yeah, slot
cars. Slot cars. Like a lot of them. Maybe not 60 grand. 30 grand. Impressive tables.
That's fine. You can do something with that. All you can do
I'm
is
just talking
look
about,
at this.
you know, like it's.
This is a carbon fiber box
This is sweet.
with some
This goes
painted
on-
plastic.
Oh man, how light do you think it is?
Oh,
Go.
probably like
Good question.
it probably floats for $8,100 or better.
Yeah, seriously.
I would actually like if I spent that kind of money. That's a good idea. I would make something. I'd like put a little metal plate underneath it and make it float.
But Benny did
Magnetized.
not also choose a bad car.
I also chose a real car.
Yes. Yeah.
So-
if all of you could see right now
Why?
his brother's reaction, he
God.
literally looked like a scared cat.
Andrew-
How did I not
What
see this?
Andrew
is
almost-
that?
Andrew almost swallowed his tongue.
Yeah. Oh
so this
my
sold
God.
on
Well, what is it? What is it?
about
What is
a
it?
week ago. This is a no reserve 10,000 mile 2003
Oh,
Ford
no.
Crown Victoria Police Interceptor.
Interceptor.
So this is a
why?
cop shocks, cop suspension, the whole Blues Brothers vibe. If you're into that sort of thing,
Does it have a back
A
seat?
little newer.
yeah,
than
it's a detective spec.
For-
So it
yeah.
has all the seats. It doesn't have the big
Oh,
bar in
my
the middle. It doesn't have
goodness.
any of the holes for the
Wow, the
lights.
undercarriage is incredibly. This is like
It's very
really
clean. It's
oddly
10,000 miles.
nerdy. Yeah,
That's fine.
Oh,
but
it's
it's
got
sold.
everything.
It's sold for $36,000 now.
Hit me again. What was that?
$36,000.
I would do, this
So-
is okay, remember this is
a waste of money.
now. Yes, it is cloth seats.
Yeah.
$36,000
Oh,
for a
Waste of
20-year-old vehicle.
Yeah, and this is. I mean, when police departments spec these things, they're paying with taxpayer money. So this is like base model, bare bones interior. Their detectives are supposed to be working, not fiddling around with the radio.
Now
and
here's the thing,
stuff.
though. There are so many people who just lack control in their own lives. Their women leave them. Their children don't give a. So the only thing they have left is talking about the military that they did or whatever. Well, they can't do that anymore, so they limp their ass into a security company or whatever
Yep.
Yeah.
with this to show them they mean business.
Yep.
So here's the thing about this: it's $36,000, 10,000 miles. It's a 2003 Ford Police Interceptor.
David just had an aneurysm.
I wouldn't even spend this money on a Marauder, and I love the Marauder.
Okay.
I agree.
That's all.
The
Proceed.
Marauder's sick.
I don't know if I would spend 36. I might spend 20.
The only way,
Yeah,
hold on,
I
hold
get
on,
to like
fellas, fellas.
25
The only
on
way
a
you should
Marauder.
spend $36,000 on this is if this comes with a light bar and you can pull your friends over. That is the only way. That,
Yeah, you get, like-
fucking
you get,
around
like-
with your friends like that.
I think
is
the only way
definitely
that
the
I
way
would
to go.
spend
You
any
get-
more than what I've just claimed on this car is maybe about $30,000 if it came with that Ford GT box.
The only way I would spend $30,000 on this car is if wherever I lived, they just made
Could you
me a
stop?
cop.
Like, focus on the interior real quick.
Oh, I was
So
going
it's
to say, I
very-
was going to pull up
it's
the
very
comments,
clean.
but okay, scrolling back
It's
up.
very,
hold on.
very clean.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
very clean
Look,
car, but of
one
course
more
it's
up,
a
one
cop
more up.
car.
Wow.
Brand new.
Yeah.
So this was probably like some like captain or sergeant or like
Yeah, like
up in
a
the, and it just
detective
sat
car.
around. No, not even a detective because detectives put on miles tracing.
That's
people
true.
down.
That's a
This
good
is someone
point.
that it literally went to the department and it sat around
This
and
is
did
like
nothing.
the commissioner's car.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. This
Like
is
his
someone that did
take-home
not need
vehicle.
They came to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was when he went to the 10,000 miles that are on it is when he went to go see the governor and wherever the hell he is at.
Or this is like the car that the cartel bought to drive Chapo around in the trunk in so they could fit in.
Oh yeah, seriously.
You
No,
know?
this would stick out like a sore thumb because everybody in their right mind would be like, "Damn, that's the cleanest Crown Vic I've ever seen."
Not in
Suspicious.
2004.
That's fair.
Let's look at this. Like 137 likes for this comment. The Panther platform proved that America can build a safe, dependable vehicle that can last a long time. Well, who like why? Who?
Okay,
how is
that's
there such a
fine.
nerdy
Here's-
following?
no, no,
This
no,
is the
but
guy
here's-
that bought the car. I
here's
can
the thing
feel
about-
it.
Here's the thing about that, though. Sure, he's right, but you can get. You can literally go to a police auction and buy these for a dime a dozen. Literally,
Yeah.
I know a
The
guy.
nicest
And
who
they'll
bought-
still go forever.
I know a
$5
guy who
grand.
bought 3 of them for $3,600.
Wow.
He races them. He started at a spec P71 series. They race him around Button Willow.
Okay.
Crazy.
I don't think
You can
anybody's
get-
going to
you-
be racing this one.
You can get one of these for $1,200.
Yeah.
So yeah, this makes me feel good about putting $7,000 into my 270,000 mile Crown Vic LX Sport last year.
Oh, he's going to sell his
You
270K.
are
with
so
big
dumb, dude.
But like,
Oh my God.
Flag
Windows
is
have
not
repaint.
constructive as well. Yeah, because he's an idiot for saying that.
No, that's so you can flag it as
Yeah.
not constructive.
Oh,
You
well,
click
can
that
I?
button. If,
Can I?
mean,
Should I? 'Cause
No.
don't bother.
well, it should be because
Let the
well,
people
it's
see.
like, why are
Over.
you putting $7,000?
Keep going down. I want to see more of these comments. So,
Wait,
nope.
that
What?
guy wrote a novel. Next.
Beautiful piece of Americana. I too
Solid
was
result.
ex-military
Solid
and have nothing to
result.
do anymore.
Camry looks better when the viewer is loaded. What?
Well,
A very
Okay.
fine
Viewer is
Bluesmobile
loaded.
right there. Oh, that's what I said. Great.
Speaking of loaded viewers, check out our bonus episode from last week.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you're growing up soon.
Give it
Garvio.
up, Barbio.
Yeah.
You can't buy a better car. Yes, you can.
I mean, honestly, though, these are like the cockroaches of the automotive world. They're like New York
Thank you.
City
Someone
taxis.
with common sense. Virgil Flowers. Ha 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 ha. Redonkulous. He is absolutely right. The only person in the comments so far with brain.
So cool. Hope you are celebrating with some coffee and donuts today. If that doesn't tell you,
the people.
I'm right again.
Yep. You know this guy hip carries in 1911 every day. Got his.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's 10,000 miles on a car that you could otherwise not find for anything less than 170.
For that
There it is. For that retired police chief on a large pension.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hankster.
Just wants to feel like the good old days, I guess.
Yeah.
Driving.
The longest
2 minutes
ever.
ever.
Good old days. Yeah.
The 2000, my 2003
Being
Mercury
sarcastic.
Marauder in black was way nicer, but it brings back good memories of scooting across the western part of the states on Route 66, watching others pull over unexpectedly. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like I wouldn't pay that much, but like to be able to like mess with your friends and pull them over. Oh, how hilarious
Yeah,
would
but
that
you
be?
could pay $1,200 and have the exact same
That's
experience.
what I mean. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. But
Alrighty.
that's, I don't think that's all the experience. But
Well-
like it's still like any car this old should not be bought for $36,000, no matter how low mileage it is.
That's
But
insane.
I guess 36,000 is not obscene to me. I said myself like I would say like 2022.
Well, I think it's a safe bet that Ben won.
Oh my
I'd say
god,
so.
for sure, Ben. Yeah.
I think Ben won that.
Thanks.
Well done. Hats
And
off to
he
you.
finally
guys.
is on the board.
Yeah, he is.
Big victory. If I had picked
But
up
like
James
that box,
Golf, I
though,
would have won
guys.
last week though too. But
So have we made a rule where non-cars on Bring a Trailer are acceptable, or did I win?
Oh no,
with
you
both?
won with a crown.
Both, honestly, both. You want to cross the board. Both
Sick.
those.
You are disqualified. Andrew wins. Thank you very much.
You're outvoted there, Andrew. 2-1.
I hate you.
So yeah, hats off, literally, Ben.
Thank you.
So that's that.